All right, it's official breaking news. Dana White is back in the business of boxing, and he just reclaimed the most anticipated fight of the century, of the decade. I don't know if it is, but man, I'm telling you, Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford is going down September 13th, and it might not even be in Saudi Arabia, but it's gonna have the Saudi Arabian production. You feel what I'm saying? Because the dude from the UFC, you know, the Ultimate Fighting Championship, his name is Dana White. He just hijacked boxing right now. And when I tell you this dude has flipped the script, he has changed everything. And he's in partnership with a lot of individuals, and we got to talk about that right now. If you don't know, we're dedicated to the grind and dedicated to you. That's why we do what we do. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. This is Power Grind Boxing, and I'm just saying, man, we are in full-time grind mode right now. Gloves are off, and we talking about one of the best switch hitters, counter punchers, Terence Bud Crawford. This dude is taking on Canelo Alvarez, and guess what? Dana White is jumping back into boxing. Saudi Arabia, I don't know if they on the incline, on the decline, they on the sidelines. I don't even know what's going on, but what I do know is Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford is getting ready to go down. I'm hearing that it's back in United States. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. I'm hearing it's gonna be in Vegas. I'm hearing it's gonna be on Netflix. And I'm like, what in the world? Now, the reason why I'm talking about it is because I just was looking at the news, and Dana White just confirmed at UFC 316 that he's getting ready to take over boxing. You know what I'm saying? And he basically was talking about why Turkey Al-Sheikh, you know, was trying to get the fight, and then, you know, it slipped out of his hand. I don't know what's going on, but what I do know is that Dana White, Turkey Al-Sheikh, they are in a boxing tug of war right now. You feel what I'm saying? So I gotta rewind though. Turkey Al-Sheikh dropped the mic back in, I want to say like May of 2025, right? And he announced that he's gonna be promoting the Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford, right? And it seemed like Dana White wasn't gonna be a part of it. And then I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but it seems like something is happening, or something happened, because Dana White recently said, hey, I'm promoting the fight. And I was like, what? I'm just saying. Now, what's crazy is, I don't know if you're a boxing fan, a UFC fan. I don't know. I like both. You know what I'm saying? All combat sports, hey, that's just my cup of tea. You feel what I'm saying? So everybody was doing all this speculating. People didn't know what was gonna happen. You feel what I'm saying? So then UFC happened. And man, they just completely announced the fight of all fights. You feel what I'm saying? Because Turkey Team is not licensed to promote any events in the United States. And I'm like, oh, so that's why everybody been fighting overseas at Riyadh season, because Turkey does not have his license to promote fighting in the United States, because it comes with a lot of United States fees. You got what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. It gets me, the United States they get on my nerves with all of these fees. You got property taxes, somebody give you some money, you know, after they die, you got an inheritance tax, you got real estate tax, you got a tax on a tax, you work, yeah, I don't know if you work, but if you work, then your money is taxed, and then you gotta pay taxes when you buy food, you got tax on a tax on, it gets on your nerves, you feel what I'm saying? But hey, it just is what it is. But look, I'm hearing it's official, broadcasted on Netflix. I don't know where the venue is gonna be. Some people are saying Las Vegas. I don't know. Leave in the comment section. But I'm telling you, Dana White stepped back in, and yeah, Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's getting ready to go crazy. And look, if Terence Bud Crawford fights Canelo Alvarez in Las Vegas, bruh, that's gonna be crazy right there. You understand what I'm saying? Now, Canelo Alvarez is no stranger to headlining in Saudi Arabia. We saw him defeat his last enemy. I'm not even gonna say his name because that fight was not even worth mentioning. Do you understand what I'm saying? Everybody was very, very disappointed at the low punch output, the low competitive fight. It just was not entertaining fight. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if you like boxing, oh man, you probably thought it was okay, you know. But what I will say about Turkey Al-Sheikh, listen, a lot of people are not attending those events over there. You know, the crowd, they don't look like they're a real atmosphere. They don't look like they have that bloodthirst for boxing like, you know, the crazy people in America. Yeah, ain't no fireworks to that right there. You know what I'm saying? But I'm telling you this, if Canelo Alvarez and Terence Bud Crawford, if they fight in Las Vegas, oh my God, it's gonna be crazy. You understand? Because the Las Vegas crowd is like no other. You understand what I'm saying? And then I'm hearing it's gonna be like Mexican Independence Day type weekend. Man, come on. Or Allegiant Stadium. What if it happened? I don't know. T-Mobile Arena. I don't know. I'm just saying. Come on, man. That would be crazy. Now, I did hear about like a UNLV game being held at Allegiant Stadium. And I do not know what's gonna happen, but I just saw the news that Dana White is taking over boxing with the Terence Bud Crawford and Canelo Alvarez fight, and everyone is scrambling to make a deal. I don't know if they're gonna have a college game that day, but I do know that, man, it's gonna be crazy if they fight in Vegas, because this is gonna be the fight of all fights. And it's gonna be on Netflix. Now, I was hearing that they was having like a streaming bidding war between Netflix and DAZN, or DAZN. I don't know what people call it. I call it DAZN. Some people call it the Zone. I don't know. I just know that these apps are at war right now, and it is really getting interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because if Dana White, if he locks in a Netflix boxing deal, when I tell you, it's gonna change boxing forever. Because I don't know if you remember Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Look, they had 108 million streams on Netflix. Netflix, they sold so many new subscriptions. So if Terence Bud Crawford fights Canelo Alvarez and they break that record, and if it's all headed by Dana White, oh my goodness. Then you know Dana White, he does this like fighter contender series. So now what if with TKO Boxing, they start having these boxing mini shows and mini series and all of these things? Oh my God, that would be crazy. And what if they eventually start having pay-per-view boxing on Netflix? Oh my God. When I tell you that's a whole nother level, I'm just saying, it's gonna be crazy. But hey, let me ask you a question. What do you think? Do you think that Dana White has the intellectual power and enough know-how to revolutionize fighter streaming, especially as it applies to boxing? Or do you think that everybody's just getting their hopes up high, and that you don't think that this Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Bud Crawford fight gonna be that big or something like that? Because I think it's gonna be monstrously big. At least I'm hoping that it's gonna be really, really, really big, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing there's a whole lot of drama behind the scenes, and I'm just waiting for it to kind of play out. You know what I'm saying? I just know that Dana White right now, he is making history in boxing, and I know that Canelo Alvarez wants to fight in front of as many people, and Bud Crawford wants to fight in front of as many people as possible. Now, Bud Crawford is daring to be great. He's moving up. Canelo Alvarez is just the top dog right now. You got what I'm saying? So he's like, look, I'm not letting nobody take my top spot. And listen, Crawford, that guy he's just a different animal. You feel what I'm saying? He moved from 135, went up to 140, then moved up to 147. Man, that's crazy. Went up to 154. Now he fighting on a whole other level. So if he goes back up, and you can't even argue it. If Canelo Alvarez loses to Terence Bud Crawford has solidified himself as the best on the planet, and in my opinion, top 2 welterweights ever. God, I was like, man, that would be crazy. That's crazy, man. Whew, man. That's crazy. Anyway, I'm expecting it to be the biggest fight of the century. And if it's free, for the free, of course, you gotta have Netflix, but I'm just saying, if that Netflix deal falls through, Lord have mercy, that's gonna really be crazy. But a lot of people online, because I'm on Facebook, and people are very, very angry. They like, I don't know what Dana White can do with boxing. What do you think? Do you trust Dana White to deliver a great boxing match? And do you want Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Bud Crawford in Saudi Arabia? Do you want it in Las Vegas? Let me know in the comment section, because I want to see it in Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? So sound off in the comment section. Are you Team Bud? Are you Team Canelo? Please let me know. Look, smash the like button. Share this right here. You feel what I'm saying? It's all about the grind. So this is what I need you to do. This is Power Grind Boxing. We are at the Warzone Studios in Texas, if you don't know. I think I'm in the Super War Room. I don't know what the name of this war room is called, but I think it's called the Super War Room. You know what I'm saying? So, stay on the grind. I'm going to talk to you later. Peace.